Like guys, so this entire video is going to be very off the cuff, like a very freestyle type of video. That's because like, I wasn't planning on doing this video at all, but my dad's just found out that he has landed like one of the biggest clients for his recruitment agency of the year. So basically he's found out that he can supply workmen for this massive upcoming project, and the client of like who he can supply the people to, it's from America. And like my dad said, like I'm quite curious, like how did you find us? Like we're a recruitment agency that is quite big in Holland and England, but other than that it's like not a very big agency or anything like that. It started off as a little small family company, and like the big American client said, well, I found you through Google. Like I googled, I don't know what the search terms were, but they googled whatever they needed, and the LinkedIn page of my dad's company was like one of the first things that came up. So and I just wanted to explain a little bit more about that and why like paying some asshole that has got a master's in marketing or whatever a six-figure salary just to promote your company with like traditional media and all that and traditional marketing might not be the way to go. So I understand that quite a lot of people are still skeptical about social media and online marketing, digital marketing, and that's because like for so long marketing used to be just the exact same like formula, and they used to do it in the exact same way, and that is why for years and years and years the marketing degrees and marketing like university courses and all that haven't changed. It always used to be you're trying to like sell a product to the customer, so you need to promote that product, and there's like a few ways to do that. You know, you've got radio, you've got television, and you've got like out-of-home advertisement. That is like billboards, flyers, posters, stuff like that, and that's great and all that, but obviously like more and more companies are trying to promote themselves, so there's like such a demand for billboards and promotions and all like that. Obviously the prices are going to skyrocket. You know, there's only so many billboards going around, so many companies wanting the billboards, so basically the owners of the billboards can just ask for whatever they want, and nowadays it's so overpriced. Like I googled it the other day and it was something like for newspapers, for example, if you want to be on a full page on the national newspaper in Holland for one day, you pay €3,000. And if you want to be on the front page of that newspaper, like for the national newspaper, times that by 4, so that's €12,000 to be on the front cover of the national newspaper. And now let's say you do that, you do invest the €12,000, how many people of your target group or your target market have you actually reached? Like there's no way of knowing how many people you target when you do like a billboard or a newspaper or anything like that. Even television, there's no way to track that nowadays, because people get up when the advert's on, they get up to make a cup of tea or anything like that. Like what they used to do in England is actually raise the volume of adverts by 20%, because they know that's when people get up to get a cup of tea. So you're sort of like shouting your advert while they're boiling the kettle. So like traditional marketing and traditional media and all that, it's definitely like there's still a place for it, definitely, but it's not as effective as it used to be, and that is why and that is where social media has come in its place. Like nowadays you can promote your business or promote whatever you're trying to sell for €5 a day on Facebook, and you can target so specifically. You can target exactly what age group, all the demographics, like what places you want to target, what times, stuff like that, absolutely everything, and everything is trackable and backed by statistics and data. So you can even nowadays you can even retarget people that have looked at your website, so they see your advertisements after they've been on your website. They see your advertisements on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram stories, stuff like that. Like once you know what your target market is and who you want to target, you can target them in so many ways for such a underrated, like undervalued price. Like still at the moment, like Facebook ads are so undervalued, like it's unbelievable. You can target so many people for such a small price, as opposed to €12,000 for a newspaper that might not even be read by your target group. So went on a bit of a rant there, but what I meant to say was you can target your target audience so specifically for only €5 a day. You can decide yourself who sees it, who doesn't, what your target market is, what demographics, where it gets seen, how many times does it get seen in the newsfeed, or is it like a little advert on the side, and for how long and for how much you want to spend. Like if you want to spend more than €5, you can. Like there's so many options with Facebook marketing, and it's because not like obviously a lot of companies are getting onto this now, but still there's so many companies out there that aren't onto this yet. And don't get me wrong, like marketing itself, like the core principle of marketing, it's still the same. It is still trying to get your products in front of the customers. Like marketing is the satisfaction of a need. And what is a need? A need is a state of felt deprivation by something that is felt by your customer. You need to get your customer to think or to feel like it needs to buy your product to satisfy that need. You need to give your customer the feeling that it's like it's missing out or it's missing something. And that whole core principle of marketing, that has not changed. It's not about that. It's the way we're communicating with the customer that has changed. So if you've got a business and you're trying to promote that business, don't think radio, think podcasts, you know, like don't think newspaper, think blogs and vlogs and reviews and posts on Facebook and stuff like that. Don't think networking events, think LinkedIn. Don't think television, think YouTube, you know, stuff like that's what I'm trying to say. It's like marketing hasn't changed, but the way we communicate and the way we promote our business, that is changing. Now, obviously, like, you know this, you understand this, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching my content. Like, the whole YouTube generation sort of understands this, but there's still so many companies out there that have hired some corporate fuck that hasn't learned anything in the last 10 years and still thinks that marketing is still the way it was, and it's not. Like, social media is taking over. These fuckers are sitting on the top of the Titanic drinking champagne and wine and all that, and social media is the fucking iceberg. So anyway, just to rein it all back in, because this video is like proper like freestyle off the cuff, just to give it a bit more structure. If you own a company, or if you've got a company, or you work for a company, like, make sure that you realise that this is an issue and that traditional media, traditional marketing is so overpriced. In fact, if you work for a company and you sort of understand this and you understand a bit about Facebook marketing, Facebook advertising, then offer yourself to take over the service and charge them a fee. You know, here's where you might like earn a bit of money out of it, like, because you understand it, because you're like of this generation and the older generation doesn't. This might give you the opportunity to earn money off something that you do anyway, which is engage on various social platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, like Snapchat, like Instagram stories, you know. And the company you work for won't be bothered because they're saving so much money on advertisement, because you are advertising for them on a platform that is relatively cheap compared to billboards and newspapers and traditional marketing and stuff like that. Anyway guys, I hope I can sort of structure this video or edit it in some kind of way that it looks like there's a structure in it, because it's a very freestyle, off the cuff type of video. Like this video if you got something out of it. Comment down below what you thought of this video, and if like you've got any more ideas for videos, or if you want to see me do more of these off the cuff type of videos about social media marketing. Subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.